What's up, family? Welcome back to the Stop Sinking Show. Don't mind my voice. I've been sick for the past few days. I haven't been able to do my regular exercise and activities other than just sit and read. And only been able to work minimally, mostly just to distract myself from not feeling good. So I also haven't been as creative or reflective as I usually need to be to put out a podcast. I don't even know how I recorded the last one. I was spiking a fever while I was brainstorming and editing it. So I'll try my best to make this one somewhat useful while I have this uninspired brain fog. Let's lean on a quote to start and maybe reflect out loud. Maybe it'll help me make up for my brain fog. The quote of the day: there is no certain path, even with the noblest of actions. One of the poor consequences of having an overactive mind is that I tend to revisit everything and think about whether it's what I'm supposed to be doing. I'll question things I've said, things I've done, things I continue to be a part of. My overactive mind reassesses everything on probably a too frequent of a basis. Should I still have the same expectations with this? Should I continue to play my part in this? Has what I've done over the past few months actually been beneficial at all? Are my efforts going to bring any desired result? Or am I just fooling myself? All these different assessments. And my overthinking brain is trying to protect me so I don't blame it. It's trying to make sure I don't expend more energy than I should on a task with little or no fruit. It's trying to protect me from the hurt and disappointment of tying hopes to a losing horse, so I can adjust my bets if I need to. It's probably the same mechanism at work that makes it difficult for me to begin new things, because I know that there's a lot of unknowns, a lot of wasteful avenues to explore, which will continue to cycle with a lot of unanswered questions in my head when reassessment time comes. The voices in my head that will ask me constantly, is this worth it? Are what you're doing even contributing to what you want? And what I'm trying to put into practice is telling myself, it doesn't matter. I think this defense mechanism of the overactive mind causes more pain than it should. And it demands unnatural and unrealistic equilibrium from immediate input. Even if I can delay the need for gratification, the need for an output or result in the far off future, and just focus on my efforts and not my outcomes, even if I can do that, the overactive mind still demands to at least know whether this even contributes to that output at all or not. This overactive mind wants a clear connection and roadmap of how everything contributes. If not, it deems the work not worth doing. And I heard Alex Hormozy reword the Bible in a beautiful way that got to the core of this for me. Your work works on you more than you work on it. From what the Bible says, in all labor, there is profit. We take our work for granted. We are bombarded nowadays with cookie cutter platitudes of follow your passion, your work should feel like play, you will feel motivated and great every day working on your passion. And while I do believe that there is an interplay of passion and fulfillment, what I'm reflecting on from Alex and our quote today is that work done without passion is not lost. That all work done, regardless of my egoic overthinking mind, desperately needing to connect it to some larger dot down the road, that all this work, the opportunities that you take by the horn that come your way, while you scratch your way to finding what it is that you want your life to be about, all that work done on the way works on you. It makes you who you are. Dare I say it, it qualifies you to even finding your passion and purpose in the first place. I think many of us have mediocre jobs because we approach it with a mediocre expectation of ourselves. If we took every opportunity, even the smallest ones, and showed up in it with all the excellence in us that God has endowed us with, if we called forth our deepest capacity, regardless of knowing or not, regardless of this mediocre job satisfying your overthinking mind, that it does or does not contribute towards your goals, but still you showed up with the utmost capacity, that even without your recognition of the dots connecting, you are being worked on. You are being sculpted. Because let's talk inversely. Even if you somehow aligned all activities and passion and purpose in your life, let's say a magic wand allowed that to be the case, how many days or weeks or months before you reflect, before you reassess a new height for yourself, and you are right back into uncertainty? Not knowing exactly what actions and activities you now need to bridge towards this newly set ideal of purpose for yourself, this new height to reach. All progress happens in uncertainty. And guess what? While you're making progress, while you're out in the uncertain wilderness, in the maze, there is no satisfaction provided to the reflective mind of true orientation. All we have is the step ahead of us to take, this current load on our back to carry, all which we should just aim to execute with all our might and capabilities. That input is the only certainty variable we can add to this uncertain trek of progress. That means I'll never really know for sure, for 100%, if what I'm doing is what I'm supposed to be doing. And I just have to keep showing up and trust the process. There is no certain path, even with the noblest of actions. I love you, family. See you in the next one.